My husband left me for a younger woman. Now he calls me 20 times a day. Chapter 1. The Betrayal I Never Saw Coming. I still remember the exact moment my world came crashing down. My husband, James, the man I had spent 15 years building a life with, walked in, tossed a stack of papers onto the coffee table, and said, "Here. Since you're being nosy, you might as well know now." I picked up the papers, my hands shaking as I read the bolded title, Divorce Petition. "What? What is this?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. James smirked, arms crossed like he was proud of himself. "You should have seen this coming," he said. "Let's be real, you don't bring much to this marriage. Aurora, on the other hand, is going places. She takes care of herself. She's ambitious. Meanwhile, you're just here." I sat there, stunned. Aurora? Who was Aurora? Before I could even process the name, he continued. "She's a fitness influencer. 50,000 followers on Instagram. Unlike you, she actually takes care of herself." That's when I understood. The early morning gym sessions, the new clothes, the cologne, the late nights at work, he hadn't been improving himself for me. He had been preparing to leave me. Still in shock, I barely noticed as he started packing. He grabbed his designer clothes, his gaming console, even the good coffee maker. He didn't take a single thing that mattered to us. No family photos, no keepsakes. Just the things that made him feel important. And before he walked out the door, he turned back and grinned. "You won't last a week without me." If you're as shocked as I was, hit that like button and share this with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Trust me, it only gets crazier. Cring. Chapter 2. The moment I took control. For the first few hours after he left, I just sat there. My mind raced, replaying every moment of our marriage, wondering how I had missed the signs. Then, out of sheer habit, I grabbed a pile of laundry to fold. That's when I found it, a receipt from Tiffany & Co. We weren't rich. We drove a 2018 Honda and shopped at Target. But James had somehow afforded Tiffany jewelry? My hands trembled as I checked our joint bank account. Thousands of dollars were missing. I felt my stomach drop. This wasn't just betrayal. It was theft. I called my sister Vivian. She arrived within the hour, arms full of snacks and a laptop. "Let's go through everything," she said. We stayed up all night, combing through bank statements, credit card transactions, and Venmo history. What we found made me sick. Steady withdrawals for months, expensive dinners at restaurants I had never been to, hotel charges near Aurora's apartment. That morning, I called in sick to work and made an appointment with a divorce attorney. I also froze our joint credit cards before James could drain the rest. By the time I checked my phone, I had 23 missed calls from him. The first voicemail was angry. The second was threatening. By the 10th, he was practically begging me to call back. If you've ever been blindsided by betrayal, drop a comment below. And if you're loving this story, hit that share button and subscribe for more. Chapter 3. The calls started coming nonstop. The first day after freezing our joint accounts, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. James was relentless. At first, I ignored him. Why should I answer? He had made his choice. He had humiliated me, betrayed me, stolen from me. What more was there to say? But by the afternoon, my curiosity got the best of me. I finally picked up. "Hello?" The voice on the other end was nothing like the cocky man who had walked out on me just a few days ago. He sounded desperate. "Hey babe," he started. I could practically hear him forcing a smile. "How's your day going?" I almost laughed out loud. "Are you seriously calling me to chat?" He hesitated, then sighed. "Look, I know I messed up. I thought maybe we could talk." "Oh, now you want to talk?" I scoffed. "What happened? Did Aurora's 50,000 followers not pay your bills?" Silence. That's when I knew something had gone terribly wrong for him. And don't there needs to hear this. If you're enjoying this drama, smash that like button and subscribe to see how this all plays out. And don't forget to share. Someone out there needs to hear this. Chapter 4. His life was falling apart. Later that evening, my sister sent me a screenshot. It was a post from Aurora's Instagram, account deactivated. It turned out that Aurora's social media empire had been built on sponsorship scams. She had been selling fake fitness programs, using bot followers to inflate her numbers. Someone finally exposed her, and within hours, brands pulled their deals, followers vanished, and her influencer dreams crumbled. And guess who had bet everything on her success? James. His savings? Gone. His fancy apartment? Evicted. His hot young influencer girlfriend? Blocked him. And now suddenly I was the only person left who knew him. So what did he do? He called me. Again and again and again. By the third voicemail, he was crying. By the 10th, he was begging me to take him back. I won't lie, there was a part of me that enjoyed hearing him suffer. But another part? It felt sad. Not for him, but for the woman I had been, the one who would have forgiven him. That woman was gone now. Loving this story? Like, share, and subscribe. The next part is even juicier, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Chapter 5. The tables have turned. I let James' calls go to voicemail for 2 more days. Every time my phone buzzed, a small part of me was curious. What would he say next? But mostly I was exhausted. The last time I picked up his call, he was a smug, self-satisfied cheater walking away without a care in the world. Now, he was a wreck. On the 3rd day, I finally answered. Stop calling me, James. Babe, please, just hear me out. His voice was hoarse, like he hadn't slept in days. I'm not your babe anymore. He let out a heavy sigh. I know, I was stupid, I was blind. I thought I was making the right choice, but I cut him off. No, James. You knew exactly what you were doing. You just thought you'd never have to face the consequences. Silence. Then quietly, I miss you. I almost laughed. You miss me? Or do you miss having someone to clean up your mess? That hit him. I could hear it in his sharp intake of breath. Please, can we just talk? I just need to see you. I knew what he really needed, a way out of his disaster, and I refused to be his safety net. Chapter 6. He showed up at my door. That evening, just as I was pouring myself a well-deserved glass of wine, the doorbell rang. I didn't need to check. I knew it was him. A part of me wanted to ignore it, let him stand out there in the cold and think about his choices. But another part of me? I wanted to see his face. When I finally opened the door, I barely recognized the man standing there. James looked hollow, dark circles under his eyes, clothes wrinkled like he had slept in them, if he had slept at all. He tried to smile, but it barely reached his lips. Hey. I crossed my arms. You have 2 minutes. Can I come inside? He glanced past me into the warm glow of the apartment. Please? I shook my head. No, say what you need to say, and then leave. He swallowed hard, then blurted out, I made a mistake. I thought she was my future, but she used me. She took everything, and I lost everything. I stayed silent, letting him squirm. I don't deserve another chance, I know that, he continued, voice cracking. But I still love you. And if there's any part of you that still cares, even a little, please, let me come back. I let his words hang in the air. I wanted to savor this moment, because for the first time since he left, I held all the power. This story keeps getting better. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to see how this ends. Drop a comment. What would you do in my shoes? Chapter 7. The Sweet Taste of Power. I leaned against the doorframe, staring at the man who once shattered my heart like it was nothing. James had always been so confident, so sure of himself. Now he looked small. You lost everything? I repeated, tilting my head. Sounds like karma finally caught up with you. He ran a shaky hand through his messy hair. Yeah, I guess it did. His voice was barely above a whisper. I didn't say anything. I wanted him to feel it, to feel the weight of everything he threw away. Please, he continued, his eyes pleading. I know I don't deserve it, but I need to fix things. I need you. I let out a short laugh. You need me? Or do you need someone to pick up the pieces after your little fantasy world fell apart? His jaw tensed. That's not. Oh, but it is, I cut in. James, let's be real. If your plan had worked out, you wouldn't be standing here. If she hadn't left you broken, miserable, you'd still be with her, wouldn't you? His lips parted, but he had no words. No excuse. Because he knew I was right. And that's when it hit me. I didn't feel sad anymore. I didn't feel betrayed. I felt free. Chapter 8. The Ultimate Payback. James shifted on his feet. Can we just start over? His voice cracked slightly. I'll do whatever it takes. I let out a slow breath, pretending to consider it. Then I smiled. A cruel, delicious smile. You know what, James? You're right, maybe we should start over. His face lit up with hope until I said the next words. But this time, I'll be the one walking away. His expression shattered. What? I stepped back, gripping the edge of the door. Goodbye, James. No, wait. I slammed the door in his face, and God, it felt good. The moment the lock clicked, I let out a breath I didn't even know I was holding. No more sleepless nights wondering where I went wrong. No more replaying the betrayal in my head. Because for the first time in a long time, I was finally the one in control. You gotta admit, that was satisfying. If you're loving this story, like, share, and subscribe for more. What do you think? Did I handle it right, or should I have made him suffer more? Comment below. Chapter 9, A New Dawn. The moment I shut the door on James, it felt like I had sealed away every ounce of pain he had ever caused me. I leaned my back against the door, exhaling deeply. This was it, the closure I didn't even realize I needed. But as I stood there in the silence of my apartment, something unexpected happened. I didn't feel empty. I didn't feel broken. I felt alive. For months I had let his betrayal define me, let his choices dictate my emotions. But not anymore. I walked to the mirror, staring at the woman in front of me. She wasn't the same person who had cried herself to sleep for weeks. She was stronger, wiser, and damn, she was done waiting for life to happen to her. I picked up my phone and dialed a number. Hey, I said when the voice on the other end picked up. You still up for that weekend trip? A soft chuckle. I thought you'd never ask. And just like that, I was moving forward. Chapter 10. The Past Tries Again. A week passed, and I didn't hear from James until I did. My phone buzzed at 2 a.m. I groaned, rolling over in bed, expecting it to be some random notification. But when I saw the name on the screen, I froze. James. For a moment, I debated ignoring it, but then curiosity got the best of me. I picked up. What do you want, James? Silence. Then a deep sigh. I miss you. I laughed. I actually laughed. James, you don't miss me, I said, shaking my head. You miss having someone who cared. And guess what? That's not my problem anymore. Please, he begged, can we just talk? I hesitated. Not because I wanted to, but because I wanted to see how far he'd fall. You have 1 minute, I said. He inhaled sharply. I screwed up. I see that now. I should have never left you for her. She used me, and now I have nothing. You mean she did to you what you did to me? I mused. Interesting. James let out a weak chuckle. Yeah, guess I deserved that. Guess you did. Silence. Then he whispered, do you think we could ever try again? I smiled to myself. I had my answer. Who else felt that power shift? If you're enjoying this, like, share, and subscribe for more. And tell me, should I entertain his nonsense a little longer or shut him down completely? Let's hear it in the comments. Chapter 11. The Final Goodbye. I took a deep breath, staring at my phone. James was waiting for an answer. Did he really think I would take him back? For a moment, I let the silence stretch between us, letting him sit with his own regret. Then I spoke. No, James, we can't try again. But, no. My voice was firm, steady. You made your choice when you left, and now I'm making mine. I could hear his breathing, ragged and uneven. This wasn't how he expected this to go. He probably thought I'd break down, that I'd take him back like some desperate fool. But I wasn't that woman anymore. I loved you, James, I continued, my voice softer now. I really did, but you broke me in a way that no apology can fix, and I won't let you do it again. Silence, then a defeated sigh. I understand. For the first time in a long time, I believed him. And just like that, I ended the call. I blocked his number, deleted our photos, removed every trace of him from my life, because I deserved better. Chapter 12. A New Beginning. A month passed, then 2. And with each day I felt lighter. I started saying yes to things I used to avoid. Trips with friends, late-night movies, dancing in my living room just because I felt like it. And one evening, as I was sipping coffee at a small café, I felt someone sit across from me. I looked up, and my heart skipped a beat. Hey, he said, smiling. It wasn't James. It was someone new. Someone who saw me, who appreciated me, who knew how to value a woman who had rebuilt herself from the ground up. And for the first time in a long time, I let myself smile back, because this was just the beginning. And that's how you win. If you love this journey, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories. And tell me, what's the best revenge? Moving on or making them regret it? Let's talk in the comments.